So we finally got together. I'm really excited to have you guys here and to discuss kind of you guys onboarding with us, the Carre Group. Tell us who you are. Who makes up the Carre Group?
Well, I'm Matt Carre. This is my beautiful wife, Michelle Carre, and the other realtor on our team,
Kip McGonigal.
Awesome.
Not a car,
not a
but a good fit.
Yeah, that's right. How long has the Carre Group been formed? And kind of maybe give us a little background around that.
Originally, the Carre Group was the Allen tenant team. So when I started in real estate in '06, I started with my dad and his partner Frank at the time. I then met Matt and we fell in love.
We did.
And Matt eventually joined the team. We're going for a few years. We transitioned to the tenant Carre Group. And then my dad went on to become the CEO at the real estate board. So he had to, of course, stop selling real estate because big conflict of interest there. And when he left, it just morphed into the Carre Group. And Kip joined us in 2014.
Yeah, the fall of
And
2014.
yeah, so this is the Carre Group today.
Yeah.
And as you joined, were you already in real estate, Kip?
Yeah, I had actually started in 2001 and worked with a builder out in the Airdrie area. Sat in their showroom for about 6.5 years, but I got licensed 3 years into that. So I've been licensed for 13 years now and in the business for about 17.
Great.
Yeah.
It's nice to see that a group's been formed for a little while. Oftentimes,
Yeah.
you know, you've seen teams come and go a lot, and it's kind of a bit of a, what's the word? It's almost a buzzword out there in the industry of sorts right now. And but yeah, you guys have stayed together and obviously are making big decisions like this transition as a group.
As a group, we work so well together, and we've always said it's more like family than it is about like work. And we're all here about quality of life. That's the most important thing to us, and that's the big reason why we have the group and why we work so well together. Is we understand that we all want to have a great quality of life. We're all family people, and it just works so well.
And we're all very much in the same space in life too, roughly the same age. Often at the same hockey rink together, Matt and I on different teams, his son playing my son, or soccer fields, that's happened a few times too, or even if it's just play days or suppers even at each other's houses. It really works well. It's more than just a work relationship.
You mentioned how long you've been in real estate. How about you guys? Can you give us a little history on that?
Well, I've been in for 11.5 years now. Michelle is just coming back, and at the time, she had been in real estate for 7 days longer than me. So we actually met it was my second day as a realtor and her 8th day as a realtor, although she doesn't remember it.
What did you guys do before you got into this crazy world of real estate?
Well, I sold tires is what I did, and so I moved out to Calgary back in 2004. I had a very large territory, Thunder Bay West. Wherever there was a Cal Tire, that's where I went and sold them tires.
I was with WestJet for 7 years before I went into real estate. I actually started with the company as a go-getter, which was a legitimate job title. I just worked my way up the company, and I finished as an instructional designer with the training department, and I used to create the training for the ground handlers, their initial training. It was fun. It was a great company.
For sure. And then we talked about it with the builder world.
Yeah, and prior to the builder world of selling real estate for the builder, very construction related. I apprenticed at cabinet making at SAIT and always had a real knack for woodworking and furniture building, crafting, like fine detailed furniture. And from that I had quite a construction knowledge, and it kind of just worked its way into selling it.
And you should see his backyards every time he's at a house. The stuff he does is unbelievable.
It's amazing, yeah.
I'm sure the clients could appreciate that experience as well.
It's really been helpful in the career of real estate for sure.
How about in selling, and then anything that you took from your prior career, bring it into this world?
I think for me, what I probably didn't realize it at the time, but I was getting such an education on what culture meant and what client services meant and what it meant to give someone a good client experience. That background and that knowledge, and having been in a company that believes so strongly in their mission and their vision and their values, really was able to translate for real estate. And that's something that we've always kind of started from. What's our mission, our vision, and our values, and then we build out from there.
Yeah, absolutely. For me, it's sales. I mean, how to treat people. The honesty, the integrity that it takes. Just when you treat people the right way, they treat you the right way. And we build friendships with our clients, and especially in the real estate game. You're building true friendships because you're spending some good quality time with people. And that's what I learned from all my previous selling jobs, because that's what I've done most of my career. And it's just about treating people the right way.
How about, is there a certain area in the city, surrounding areas, that you guys predominantly work in?
Airdrie.
Airdrie. We're Airdrie based. We all live there. Kip is actually born and raised in Airdrie.
42 years.
Actually brought home from the hospital and
To Airdrie.
to Airdrie.
Yeah.
Michelle likes to say she's born and raised in Airdrie, but she was 6 months old when they actually moved from Calgary to Airdrie.
So compared to Kip, I'm a transplant
You
from
are a
Calgary.
transplant, yes.
And then I'm the true transplant because I moved into Airdrie in 2006 when I started selling real estate. And so I've been there for 11 years now.
To elaborate on that question, pretty self-explanatory, but why have you chosen to continue to focus on the area?
Well, for me, Airdrie, it truly is home. I had opportunities when I was younger, before having children and being married and things like that, to move on and try some different things. But I've always enjoyed how friendly the community itself is. It's a very small town, even though there's 60-some thousand people there. It's a very small community where you can go to the grocery store and still bump into the people that you knew from when you were a kid growing up.
And for your business-wise, I can imagine you know stuff about the city that, again, a lot of competing agents would have no idea about.
Yeah, well, I mean, Kip and I can both remember when the first set of traffic lights were put in and what drama that created.
Oh, what a pain in the ass that was.
But it's just different history, like knowing what was in buildings and what things used to be and how they've changed. And, 8th Street is now a 4-lane road that is constantly expanding every single year. It was a dirt road when I was growing up. So
That was
That
a
flooded
shortcut
out.
to the golf course.
That flooded out
Yeah.
every year too.
And it flooded out,
Exactly. Yeah, so it's neat to see the transition of the city physically, but it's also neat to see it transition as a community and grow up and become its own community that stands on its own with an incredible group of, like Kip said, friendly, involved people.
And for our work in the real estate world, it's unbelievable. One of my favorite type of people to get is somebody new to town, moving to Airdrie, say from out in Ontario or something. They're blown away by the amount of knowledge that I have of the town and the city and how it grew and what was where, and even the connections of different things once they do land here in the town. How to get in touch with, say, great dentists or chiropractors, lawyers. It's just years of collecting all of this knowledge. It has helped.
Well, it becomes a lot more than just selling real estate, right?
Yeah.
You're selling a
Very
life.
much so.
Yeah,
And a life that you actually know how to explain. There's something to be said to have a focus, right? And have a hyper focus and how much more you can deliver to your clients, and you can speak at a level that, again, competing agents with you,
Yeah.
your clients look to choose, just can't.
Yeah, and we can all walk into City Hall and say hi to 3 people before we get to the
past
person
the desk.
before we get to the person we need to talk to.
Yeah.
We're able just to find information fast and find important information fast and make sure that our clients are making the right choice for themselves.
Sure.
I think when it comes to our business, because Airdrie is where we have our families, this is where we're raising our kids, this is where we go out to dinner, this is where we do fun events as a family, this is where we meet friends for coffee. This is where we want to do business because it just all works together. So yes, we love selling the home to someone, but what we really are passionate about is selling the community to someone because we love it and we want them to have that too.
Yeah, it obviously shines through. You can see it
Yeah.
in all of your eyes.
Yeah, it's pretty true.
Probably near and dear to your heart.
Absolutely.
Well, our tagline is real estate with real purpose. Part of the real purpose is helping create a great Airdrie. That's the community we're in, and that's the real purpose.
What would you guys say is one of the biggest strengths of the Carre group, and then even individually?
Well, again, one of the things I'd say is we work so well together, and we work very similar. So when we're on vacation or we're able to go away, we know that our clients are going to be taken care of exactly as if it's us. And as a real estate agent, that is one of the hardest things to find. And often we've heard from our clients saying, we worked with mortgage brokers and their person, and we worked with the home inspector and another person, but with you guys it was seamless. And so again, and I know for Kip, because we often talk about holiday coverage, because that's one thing we have to get away.
Part of life, for sure.
We have to recharge. I just went away a couple weeks ago, and one of the couples that we were with, he looked at me and said, "So when you're away, or you're not on the phone?" And I said, "Kip and I do everything we can not to call one another when we're away." So it's great that I know my clients are so well taken care of when I'm away, and I know Kip's feels the same
Definitely,
way.
yeah.
Shows a
And
lot
the
about the trust that you guys have
Huge.
created.
Yeah.
And the feedback we've received from clients
Yeah.
too over the last 3 years has been unbelievable how happy they are with
Yeah.
that transition.
I really like when teams form organically like that around similar values, not just because of I want to brand bigger or feel bigger, and you can
Yeah.
sense that from you guys.
Yeah. Well, Kip and I, we had multiple conversations in parking lots when we were doing deals together. This is before we
Before
worked
the team.
before we worked together. We would like his buyer, my seller, his buyer, whatever. And we would sit there and we would talk about our kids, and we would talk about life, and we would talk, and 45 minutes to an hour would go by. Then, oh, by the way, here's the offer. So we got to know each other as friends. So in the end, I know what a family guy Kip is. His wife and his kids are paramount. They come first to him. And I wouldn't work with anybody that didn't have that same value.
How about individually? Let's hear about kind of your individual strengths.
Well, what's so neat is we're so diverse as well. So Kip, as you mentioned earlier, he grew up in the construction world. New home construction was where he got his start in real estate. But I know it's part of his fiber, it's part of his core. He's originally cabinet maker. You have your ticket in carpentry. He completely gets the builder world and how a house is constructed. So much to the fact that if I'm interviewing a new home inspector, could be my buyer, I send Kip.
Meet with them.
Yeah, because he's going to know whether or not that home inspector knows his trade or not. And he's come back and said, "Yep, that guy's good," or "Nope, that guy's no good." And we continue to work with the ones that are good. So having his knowledge certainly helps me. Because I've said this many times, I could win Canada's least handy human being, or Canada's least handy man.
You and me both.
Yeah,
It's true.
Yeah, I call people to change light bulbs for me. I'm so unhandy.
Yes,
it's
he
ridiculous.
does.
Which is, my dad was handy, my brother's handy. She's a lot more handy than I am.
I have the tool belt.
It's pink. I bought it for her. Made her pink ribbon. Michelle, she's a teacher at heart. We worked together for 7 years. But we weren't the typical husband and wife team where we went and did things together. We worked separately. She worked her clients, I worked my clients, unless we had to, cover for somebody in some way, shape, or form. But I've been able to step back and watch her educate people on the market, on how the process is going to go. She is fantastic at taking real estate talk and turning it into layman talk so that the client feels comfortable and knows exactly what they're getting themselves into. She absolutely takes her time with her clients to make sure that they're as comfortable as humanly possible.
Yeah, they look to us to lead them through this transaction because the lingo and the everything, we're so used to it every day, but oftentimes agents will just go right over their heads.
Well, it's so foreign to a lot of these people out there, especially new or first-time buyers.
Yeah.
This is all absolute new world and process to them.
I think for Matt, his biggest strength is his ability to have a greater vision for what's happening and to look at the big picture of things. When we're with clients, they're focused on the house and the decision right now, and Matt's helping them through that process, but he's also looking at it from the perspective of, okay, well, where is this house located relative to what's going to happen in this area? What does the street look like in 5 years? What does this road look like in 5 years? What does the city look like? So Matt's very forward thinking and very big picture thinking, and I think that brings such a benefit to the group because he sees things in a different way and challenges us to or shares that information with clients so they're even more educated in the process.
Yeah, helps complement the rest of the strengths.
Yeah.
One of the things I would see that, big picture thinker. There's definitely no illusion that Matt's a big picture thinker. He'll come at things from multiple different angles to try and really get the best analysis of the situation to get the best outcome possible. And when you work with any of his clients, you can tell that they are very appreciative of how thorough and detailed Matt can be with everything that needs to be there. And that's a huge thing. Another thing within the team is he's our steady Eddie. And Michelle and I are a little bit the crazies.
Yeah. Squirrel!
But
I call them artists.
artists, it's okay. We'll be artists.
We're
We'll go with
artists.
that one.
I don't.
No.
I don't.
Some days it's hard to see if Matt's happy or sad or anything. He's so straight-faced with a lot of things, but that's great because it's a really good balance between all of us that he has such a level playing field. You can come to him at any time and probably still get the same reaction. Mind you, we should maybe try and push you a little harder, but we'll see.
Well, I love the dynamic, right? I haven't known you guys for that long, but I can always tell. I already tell it's going to be a lot of fun to be around it.
Yeah.
So.
Awesome.
Speaking of fun, so what is one of your favorite parts of selling real estate?
I think for me, the moment when you realize the client is standing in their future home. And it's a very particular moment, but their eyes change, their shoulders drop, like they're comfortable, they're at home. And it's just like a little snippet, but if you pay attention and you can see it happen, it's such a cool thing to witness, to see someone realize I'm right where I need to be. And I absolutely love that moment.
Cool. Yeah, I love that. You just said transition from just the house I walked into to now my home.
Yeah.
And that's a neat experience.
Yeah.
For me, it's really incredible at the time of possession when you know you've done something that's changed their life. You can see it in their eye. They're just thrilled that this finally came together and that we actually had a hand in helping with that. Of course, it's their decision, but it takes a lot of behind the scenes details to get those things to come to the table so that it is the right fit for them too.
Yeah, we're not taking these people through little decisions. They're massive.
Yeah.
It's life-changing. It really is. And to see that joy at possession of thanks for changing my life. Not that it really was me, but I was a part of that process. And I really, really like that.
How about you, Matt?
First-time buyers. Absolutely love working with first-time buyers for a lot of the reasons that Michelle said. Just when their eyes light up, it's just, and taking them through the process and teaching them how it works, because they're always so nervous. And I always think it's our job to give information so they can make an informed decision. So with the first-time buyers, it's about giving a lot of information, but also bringing it to a level where they're very comfortable with the terminology we're using, and just the whole process, getting them through it, getting to the bank, getting through the home inspection, talking them through difficulties. The first-time buyers are my absolute favorite.
And that's actually rare to hear, I think, when you talk to an experienced agent like yourselves, where oftentimes over time, I hear that that's not the favorite part of the journey anymore.
Really?
Yeah, so it shows a lot about your character and again,
I'm
the
with you
culture.
too. I do enjoy them. I think you do too.
Yeah, it's a neat experience.
They're teachable is a real big part of it. Some people have learned some bad habits from other real estate experiences, whereas the new people are coming. They're teachable, and we can teach them the right way so that for the rest of their life, they're set up.
Yeah. Here's always a fun question, and people have difficulty answering sometimes. So what is one thing that people don't know about you?
Well, it's funny. I got this trait and ability from my dad, and we're magical. And I, like my dad, can make chocolate disappear.
She can.
And fast, very fast.
Her father can make Twizzlers disappear too. That's unbelievable to watch.
How about yourself, Matt?
For me, if I was doing something else, I would become a chef. If I had another career path. So I have, a lot of people do know that I love to cook, and it's usually meat. I have a Facebook group. It's Carre, last name Carre with an E dash Navor. It's about meat, and so post your meat pics.
Yeah.
That's what I ask people to
Meats and sweets.
Meats and sweets.
There you go.
Yeah.
Love it. How about yourself?
A lot of people don't know that I have 4 kids at home that are 8, 9, 10, and 11. Do the math, figure that out.
You've got the entire elementary school covered.
Pretty well, yes. Blended family, so we do have 4 kids too from previous marriages. But yeah, we have 4 kids that are right tight in age, and it makes for a very interesting house.
I bet. There's a really unique part of your guys' business, right? You mentioned real estate with a purpose, but there's something else, and you guys call it Airdrie Angel. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Well, the Airdrie Angel is a grassroots charity that Michelle and I started. We're just ending our 5th year, so January will be the start of our 6th year. If anybody knows the Jerry Ford Secret Wish program, I say we stole it from Jerry. Michelle likes inspired. And Jerry actually knows, he actually put it on air one time. He talked about our program, which was pretty neat for us. But we were inspired by Jerry Ford's Secret Wish. So what we've been doing for these 5 years is we look for a family that's struggling, no fault of their own. We go to the community and put a package together, and then we present the package to them. To date, we've helped out 60 families and given out over $122,000 of cash and other items to the families that we've helped. So that's it's near and dear to our heart. Again, real estate with real purpose. The real purpose is to use the vehicle we have to give back to the community of Airdrie.
So if there was anything else, we wanted to get across to your clients and people watching, and about you in real estate and operating in Airdrie, here's a great forum to chat about.
I think for us, we see Airdrie as, yes, a place of business, but it's so much more than that for us. This is our community, this is our home, and we really see it as a fabric of many threads. And we want to build a community, a city. We want to meet people. We want to build something that we're proud to have our families grow up in, and that we are proud to be a part of. And you know, I think our approach is to just do what we can to make it better and stronger, whether that's through volunteering or whether that's meeting people at different, you know, sporting events and, you know, having our kids interact with other people. Whatever avenue we choose, I think the goal is to just create that solid community that we are proud to sell real estate in, because we're excited for our clients. We're proud to call it home, and we're excited for the opportunities our kids have to grow up there.
Absolutely.
And it's generational too. Airdrie has a lot of history of family farms that were once on the outskirts of Airdrie that have been swallowed up by Airdrie, but those families are still there, and their generations of their children and their grandchildren are now living and growing up in this community as well. With our kids being so involved in the community, they get to see that involvement, and now they're nurturing it from such a young age too, of what Airdrie's about and why it's such a great place to be. So they're contributing to it in a way that's that next generation that's going to come up the path and probably carry on this legacy of why it's such a great town.
I love it. It's family by family, home by home, but also for you guys much bigger than that. It's community involvement, it's clubs, it's other things, it's charities that you guys have fully embraced.
I've said for a while, my real job in life is making our kids better than us. That's our real job in life. And if we can show them how to be a big member, a big part of the community, and make their city better, then we're doing our job.
You guys have been in the business for a while. It sounds like you guys are very committed to everything that you're involved with.
Yep.
And now you're making a switch and you're coming on board with us at Redline. What made you consider that?
Thrive, not survive. Easy. Yeah, I attended I think it was your second one in May. Thank Kelly, gave him a video, thank you, as he had said that was something to do. Then came to the one in September and said, hey Kelly, we need to get together and chat about this. I said this to you the first time we met. I love the culture you are creating. And that Thrive, not survive, where you literally invite every Calgary agent to come and learn and be better. That's what I've been looking for 11 years of doing this. So thank you for doing it, because it was, it's culture. The culture you're creating is phenomenal, and that's why we're here.
And it's a real culture. Like, you can sense that even from the few visits that we've had and the meetings we've had at your boardroom.
Yep.
It's real. You guys are real people. You're really doing this for the right reasons. You want everyone to be better. How do we get that? How do we nurture that together? That's a huge draw for me.
Yep.
Very cool. I like that. That's a neat answer for us, near and dear to my heart as well, because you know we've got tech and solutions and softwares and stuff, but beyond that, it's about the people, and it's about creating, like we talked, you and I, about better agents, better experiences.
You guys have created such a beautiful collaboration between technology and the advancements in technology and culture and people, and creating an amazing group of well-educated, excited, passionate realtors.
And to see you guys take an interest in our career as a real estate agent, as well as our clients and their experience, that from a brokerage level, you don't typically see. We've come from a big brand, and it's shocking the difference between engagement from brokerage level like you guys have, and where we were before. We would just hand over our desk fees each month and off you go. Do your thing, I hope it goes well for you. Not the case with Redline, and it was a big change, and it's going to be exciting.
What now should your clients know? Because you've got lots of past clients and lots of active clients. What's it going to be like and about working with the Carre group now, I guess, in a sense backed by and maybe powered by a little bit of Redline?
I think the big thing is the first time we really sat and chatted, and you said, there's a disconnect between real estate today and what should be done. The brokerage should have some responsibility in helping agents sell the property. So it's no longer just us marketing, doing accounting, arranging photos, everything that goes on behind the scenes in real estate. You guys are a huge part of that. So they've got, not only do they have the Carre group, they've got Redline as well. It's a big picture thing, and that's what I think they need to be excited about.
And for me, really too, without being conceited, we were great before, but we're going to get even better. And that's growing and evolving as this market and this industry has changed. And to have that and offer that to our clients, it's just going to be continual wins for them.
That's a little conceited.
Sorry.
I think for a lot of people looking in our industry, they're unaware how much goes on that we have to do as realtors to be successful in what I say this ever-changing world that's not getting easier to be successful in.
I think it's so interesting because we're so passionate about our clients and helping them have a great experience, giving them information and empowering them so they're confident when they make the decision. And that's what we want to focus on. But in other, setups for real estate, you tend to have to be, like Matt said, the marketing person and this person and that person. You're doing all this other stuff and it takes you away from the core of what you want to be doing. And I think that's one of the things we just love about what Redline does is that you're saying, no, I want you to go and be with your client and do your best work there. We'll take care of the stuff behind the scenes. And I think that's just going to be such a huge transition for us and for our clients because they're going to get incredible focus that they've never seen before. And I think we did pretty good, but I can't wait to see what we can do moving forward.
Yeah, those are great points, and I can't wait to see it either because, again, the way we've structured our model really supports that solo agent that's had to figure this all out themselves. But when we start to talk team, things change in a whole new way. Again, the capacity of what a team can do now with with the backing that we provide, I can see it, the excitement that you're going to have to get back to your core competencies, the things that we like about our business, and the thing that our clients really want us to be spending the time on.
Right, exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Get us away from the things that can draw us away from that quality time of engaged selling, hunting, shopping, educating. We're freed up. Now we have more time to go and do that.
I can ask you guys one more question.
Okay.
And again, it's a unique one. And again, you guys are actually the first team to onboard with us at Redline. And teams operate at a level that's, you level up in the business in the sense because you're organized, you're efficient, you've brought in people together. What could you say, maybe as a team leader or as agents within the team, what could we say to other team leaders about why this journey and why as a team this is going to make sense for you?
I hate to beat a dead horse, but it's culture. As a team leader, I focus on culture. I read tons of books on culture. I listen to podcasts on culture. Ray Dalio's Principles just came out. It's on my audiobooks, ready to load up and go. And he's known as having the company in America with the greatest culture. That's what I focus on. And when you're starting with good culture and you're feeding the good culture, it just leads to great success. Integration equals integrity. So we try to bring in the things that we love in life into our business because we spend more time at work than we do anywhere else. So we better enjoy our time at work. Otherwise, we're no good for our clients. And that's the culture that we're trying to we bring in together. It's why we work so well together. And I just honestly believe as a team, your philosophy, Brett's philosophy, what you guys started is just going to make us stronger. And as another team leader, if you're worried about your team's culture, come have a chat.
Yeah, as a team, we get together because oftentimes you might be having a bad day, or you need a little lifting up, right? And a team or large teams out there, they come together for accountability. They come together for motivation. Again, from a brokerage level, we're embracing that to kind of pick that up, and who knows where you're going to get that little bit of motivation because of how synergetic the group is.
Exactly.
As a group and as a team, brokerage supported as well as our team supported, when you blend the two of those together, as a team having a brokerage that's backing us like this and having that ability to bounce ideas off of each other or pull someone up when they're having a little tougher of a go of something, or we all have bad days. if it does happen, at least there's somebody there that can maybe pick you up or boost you on and
Yeah.
say, let's go, or hey, you need a break from this? I got this. I'll take care of it. And that happens too.
And that's one thing I've said I'm extremely excited about. It's a hard shift, right? Going from where you're as a 3-person group, you're kind of tight-lipped on what you do and what you share with your competitors. But the collaboration element that you guys are bringing, I've said to both Kip and Michelle, no, we can't think that way. If we have an idea, we need to share it with the group and make the group better. Thrive, not survive. That's what the culture is, and that's again what I'm so excited about.
It's such a different way of thinking though. That is typically not the way the industry as a whole has been. It's been a very independent or team, let's get out there and dig in the trench, work hard.
And very guarded. Right?
Very guarded. Hold your secrets, keep your cards close. You can see that that's not the case at Redline,
Yeah.
and that's what's going to be really exciting is to have that transition and shift in our approach to business.
Yeah.
And it's going to end up paying off for our clients big time.
Absolutely.
That's a good point. You say that there's so many approaches to this business. There's so many angles. There's so much opportunity, and that idea of an abundance mindset, and that rather than that scarcity mindset that is rampant within, I think, the traditional brokerage
Yeah.
models and just agents in general. And I have no fault other than to the fact that this is how it's been.
Yeah.
For decades and decades.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
decades. Needed change. And thanks for making that change. It's refreshing. It really is.
I'm really excited to have you guys within the walls here at Redline. I know we've been talking about this for a while, but to have you guys and your group together with us is going to be amazing. I can't wait to see the progression and what we can do to help your client's business and your guys' kind of excitement about the business overall. So yeah, thanks for having your trust in us, and let's go do this.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Excited.
Boom.
Aimed.
Hugs, actually.
There we go.
Yeah.